thanks firstly to Anuj Nadni, Reimagine India, and Ivan Miskrit, my friend, and Sunil K. Pandey, Chartered Accountant, and to all the participants and the promoters who are hearing today. And they are taking their time to be participating in this event. And really, I'm thankful. Just to start looking at the overall scenario and COVID time, and it's unprecedented times that we are going through. And I would really pray that all the people who are here and their family members to be stay safe and stay home. Just to talk about the platform, this platform has started almost 2012, 13th March, we have started this platform. When we discuss this now, I think we have almost 324 companies listed with us in this SME platform, and they have raised almost 3,370 crores of funds. Today it's valued at almost 16,000 crores. That's a market cap of all the company which is listed with us. And out of this 324 companies, almost 82 companies have migrated to the main board. So having said this, the facts and figures and the statistics, it has been difficult for us to start earlier. A lot of people, as an ecosystem, when we started this, the merchant bankers, the companies were not ready at that time. Now we really see that it has become vibrant. The platform has become very vibrant, and a lot of people are looking forward to list. And almost we have 50 to 55 companies already registered with us, document which is getting into the process and all. And we could really see next 1 or 2 years, probably we'll list more than 100 companies in the coming months and the years, you can see. So how different it is. So this platform is for small, medium enterprises. So looking at the overall scenario and the kind of work and the kind of potential the SMEs has in India, they contribute more than 45% of into the GDP, as well as the job creation. They have more than 18 million people already job creation they do. And we could really see that as an organization, we have been in existence for 146 years. Bombay Stock Exchange, today it's BSE listed, we are also listed. We could really see that we want to do something about this, where we can really bring in the small, medium enterprises to raise fund into the capital market. So this journey started in 2012, 13 March. And now we could really see the exchange has become very big, and it is the fastest growing SME exchange globally also. So looking at the overall pie of MSME, which is a very large pie to the contribution to the economy and all these things, we have kept the selection criteria or the listing criteria very simple for people to get listed. Recently, we have totally relaxed more in May month when the COVID started. So just to take through the listing criteria, firstly, we want the existence of the company to be minimum 3 years, and the company should have a net tangible assets of 1.5 crore. Its net worth should be minimum 1.5 crores. And the post-issue paid-up capital of the company should be less than 25 crores. The company can get listed with SME platform, BSE SME platform. And the third thing is that the net worth of the company should be positive, and the company should have a website, and there should not be any litigation on the promoter or any BFR winding up petition, or should not be referred to anything about the company. And the company should be traded into demat form only. This is the simple criteria we laid on in 2012. Having said this, the selection criteria is very simple for the people who are joined today, who are hearing for the first time. But it is more of like this platform will also grow big along with the company, which will get listed. So practically we have relaxed more things into this. So we have the compliance part. Let me explain the compliance part, then I'll come to the benefit part, which is very important to them. So compliance is the main myth which you could really see, which has been more of restricting the people, or it is not giving the people comfort to get listed. The compliance over here is that we have to give unaudited with limited review audit committee copy, and the shareholding has to be uploaded. You can upload to the site and as well as the BSE site. So unaudited has to be there 6 monthly. So you, after the GST coming in place, you have been filing the audited results. So that copy has to be done it in the year wise. That is after 1 year, whenever you are filing the GST and it has to be audited, that copy has to be uploaded to your site and the BSE site. That's the compliance. So difference between the main board is that you have to do audited report on the quarterly basis on the main board. Here we have totally relaxed to 6 monthly with the unaudited with the limited review audit committee and the shareholding pattern. That is the compliance for all the promoters who are listening. It is a very relaxed and the simple compliance for you to do. And the yearly one we have to do after audited one after the GST, which we have been trying to do. So firstly, whenever we try to take anything or buy anything, so we want to know what is the benefit firstly. So benefit starts with the larger thing, because as a promoter, you have been putting your blood and sweat to create this company. You have been running this business for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you have been creating job. So we have created a platform for people to raise the fund. Firstly, the benefit starts with you're getting a visibility. When you're getting listed, at least globally, you will be visible as a listed entity. If you see 9 crore companies are there in MSSME as on today, when you get listed, you will be separated from the MSSME category, you can say, because you will be listed entity, and that will attract a lot of funds globally. Also, people can watch you. You will be visible because your balance sheet can be is uploaded onto the site. People can see what type of a balance sheet is there, what is the turnover, what is the profitability. They can see your performance. That is the thing. And second thing is, as a promoter, is that you increase the credibility in front of the bankers. What we could observe in this 324 company, a lot of companies who have been getting interest rate of 10, 11% when they were unlisted, they started getting 100 to 150 bips reduction into the interest rate for them from the banker side, because they could really see the corporate governance are coming in place. There is a transparency because you are filing the balance sheet and everything is there onto the site and everything. So there is a transparency. The credibility has been increasing, and people have been getting more comfort to give the interest rate less to the promoters, which can be very useful for the promoter to invest for their growth. Third foremost thing is that attracting talents. So attracting the talent at a lesser salary has been a difficult task, or attracting talent, good talent, skilled labor, has been difficult for the SME companies. Here you can use this shares, that is a listed entity shares which you are going to list. It can be used as a stock option for the people. If you are getting some candidate a 10 lakh salary, probably will be comfortable at paying some salary, and probably you can give him some ESOP, that is employee stock option, which can make the people to stay back with the company for a longer period, create that loyalty, and probably you also want to participate into the company's growth. This will add on to the performance of the company, and it is going to be a win-win situation for the promoter as well as the candidate who is joining you. And fourth, last one, which is very important. Now we could really see, when we talk to the promoters across India, we travel, and we could really see the promoters when we discuss individually, when they sit along with us, they open the Pandora box about the things, what they have been doing it. They said, sir, firstly, we started with our own funds. Then we didn't have the funds. Then we went and approached our friends. They started pouring in money. Then we taken the company to a next level. Then they started in getting some funds from the banks, and they have been paying that EMI. That is a burden which they have it in their mind, and to the company also, which eats away the most of the profitability. They say that, okay, sir, what we have been trying to do is that we have been earning for to pay the EMI that has been hanging a sword in our head, above the head. And second thing, we are paying the salary. And third thing, we are paying the EMI. And the fourth most thing is that we are paying the tax to the government. So what left is that we are taking back to the profitability as a promoter. So it has been a difficult task for them to manage the funds and the capital requirement, what they have it. This platform practically helps them out to raise the fund, which will ease us their funds, and probably they can grow the company to the next level, multiply the company into the next level of growth in the coming years. So these 3-4 things are there, which is very useful for the promoter to get into the platform and get more growth to the company and create more job. And how the platform works. So it takes almost 3 months for the company to get listed, and the merchant banker is required, and Ivar already is there with us from Indo-Orient. Probably you can throw more light, what is the procedure and all these things. It takes 3 months, and we require minimum 50 investors for the company to get listed. Minimum 50 investors are required to get the company listed onto us. And we give the approval when you submit the documents, which will be submitted by the merchant bankers, and then probably it takes 10 days for us to give the approval, and you can start the IPO or open the IPO, and you can list the company. And into this, we have a concept called market making. Market maker is the person who is registered as a broker stock with the exchanges, and he has to create a liquidity. We have a SEBI requirement that the company has to create a liquidity part. If anybody is investing into the IPO, initial public offering, when the company gets listed, we want to see that the company has to get some liquidity also, where somebody wants to buy and sell. That liquidity will be created by the stockbrokers who will be working with you for 3 years. There's a compulsion that he has to do 3 years of market making over here. And the market maker job is to put buy and sell bid for 75% of the market timing. That is from 9:15 to 3:30, the market timing. They have to put the buy and sell bid on behalf of the company, and for 3 years they have to do the market making. That is a concept. We have it, which is not available on the main board. It is there exclusive on the Bombay Stock Exchange SME platform board. And we have touched upon the selection criteria firstly. Second has been the compliance part, which is very relaxed for the people. Third is the benefit we have spoken about. And fourth, we have spoken about the market making concept. And the last thing is that we require 50 investors has to be there, and it takes 3 months for the company to get listed. We have seen the highest time which has taken has been 3 months for all the company which has got listed now, 324. And talking about the compliance part, because most of the people get stuck, or maybe that is the maybe a hurdle for them to get listed. We could really see that if there has been a hurdle, probably you will not see almost 82 companies out of this 324 companies have already migrated to the main board. And when they really see the compliance has been very relaxed and it's very easy, that's the reason they have gone to the main board, they have moved on to the main board. So what is the criteria for getting to the main board? When you cross the 10 crores of post-issue paid-up capital, and you take the 2/3 non-promoters approval, and you pay some fees to the exchange, and you can migrate to the main board after 2 years. So what you do into the 2 years is that you will be filing 6 monthly and yearly, what we have referred to you. And after, when you go to the main board, you will be following the rules and regulation of the main board, that is quarterly audited report has to be filed. So it becomes easier for you to do, because first 2 years you will be doing, because it's going to be a marathon run. So whatever things you are going to do in 2 years on the platform will be like to prepare yourself for the marathon when you go to the main board, where you are going to get more retail participation and where you are going to unlock the value, because a lot of participation will happen. Here we have kept the lot size of 1 lakh. So why I say that you will be getting a lot of retail participation here into the small medium enterprises, that is BSE SME platform. We have kept the investments like 1 lakh rupees. If anybody wants to invest into any of the company, like even the Reimagine India, Anuj decides to get the company listed, the company gets listed onto us. The minimum investment anybody individual will do will be 1 lakh. Just to quote on a hypothetical example, if the company comes out with a price of 10 rupees, probably the minimum lot you can buy and sell will be minimum 10,000. If the price goes on to 20 rupees, the lot size will be revised by the exchange, and we will be making it as a 5,000 as a lot you will be trading. When you go on to the main board, the lot system will end, and probably you can start buying 1 or 2 shares also. So you will get maximum retail participation, and you will be unlocking the value. So you will be preparing for the marathon. So you will be given the physiotherapy, and the rules and regulation and the corporate governance will be done, so that you get equipped. When you move on to the main board, it will be easy for you to do the compliance part, and you can see the growth into the company, and you can attract a lot of investors and the individual or institutional brokers and the institutional players, and even FII. We have seen a lot of FIIs have been attracted into the SME, and we have seen funds coming out in the few of the companies which got listed recently. Thank you, Anuji. That was from my end. See, let me put it across. Firstly, let me brief about the platform so that people also know that we have one more platform. I was briefing about the SME. So we started this startup platform, which you asked me the question. We started in 2018, December 22nd. We have almost 5 companies already got listed in that. They have raised more than 22 crores. Today it's valued at 75 crores. And there has been predominantly, the platform works onto the IT and ITS company, more into a technology based. So like an e-commerce company, artificial intelligence, you talk about biotechnology, defense technology, drone, these type of a company can get listed onto this platform. It's purely tech-based platform. And we are happy to say that this is one of the platform we have it in India. This is the first platform in India. And when we talk about the platform, we are totally relaxed criteria over here. So we want the company should have a paid-up capital of 1 crore if they are not registered as startup in DIPB, Director of Industrial Policy Promotion. If they are registered as a startup under DIPB, we don't require paid-up capital as 1 crore. Here we want the company should have 2 years of existence. SME we have 3 years. Here 2 years of existence. Here we want the company should have a net worth of positive net worth. Here we don't have a tangible assets criteria, 1.5 crores which we have it in SME. Here we don't have a tangible assets. The remaining criteria, the company should have a website. There should not be any litigations against the promoter. The company should not have been referred to BIFR. The company should be trading into DMAT form. Preferably, if we have any QIB or aggregated investors or can be there. If they don't have anybody, probably then also they can get the company listed. And it takes the similar type of a 50 investors, same lot system we have of 1 lakh rupees investments, same market making concept here also, and minimum 1 lakh and 50 investors are required the company to get listed onto this. So here we can't really say that how much investments are required. Probably we can probably we can say that at least we can say 30 to 40 lakh has been the investments you require for the company to get listed, and predominantly the details can be thrown to you, or more things can be thrown to you by maybe Ivar, who's the merchant banker. So this is the mota costing which we could really see onto the startup platform. 35 to 40 lakh has been the higher side. Probably it is negotiable with the merchant bankers, which they can be. I'll just give you the clarity. We charge for almost software, that is 1.5 lakhs rupees. The software for the market making that has to be given to them, and 50,000 for the registration. And the remaining 2 years when they are going to be onto the platform, 25,000 is the per annum charges. Now we have reduced 25% fees also now. As an exchange, we don't charge much. The remaining things has to be engaging the regulatory, maybe the legal and all these things, and the advertisement they have to do. Probably Ivor will be able to tell you the exact what all things they do, because that will include all the cost what they are trying to do and getting the company listed. From the regulatory side, we have only 1.5 lakhs for the software and 50,000 for the registration with us. Remaining 2 years, we'll be charging you 25%, 25,000 per annum for 2 years. When you move on to the main board, the market cap of your company, that is multiplied by 0.01%, will be charged to you when you move on to the main board. That is the simple charges we have it as an exchange. So we don't, practically you can say, we don't make money onto the first or 2 years. When the company grows, whatever the support we give and the company grows, probably then we are going to charge them onto the main board. So remaining things will be there with the merchant banker, which can be discussed with them and deliberated with the merchant bankers. I have a few points, Anuj. I just want to clarify to the audience who have been there for long. So I think we are missed out on one thing, is that the dilution part, which they have to do it over here. So minimum dilution happens into the SME as well as the startup platform is 25%, which is similar on the main board and the SME board. And the market maker, where they are going to be doing the liquidity part, which has a stockbroker, or the merchant banker is also having a arm, which is doing the broking thing. They'll be taking almost, you can say, 1.25%. That is 25% ka 5%. That is 1.25% will be the market making shares, which has to be subscribed by the market maker to create the liquidity. So it will be done by the when they do the dilution. So maximum dilution what they have to do it on the SME and startup is 26.25. Last foremost thing, very important to all the promoters. I'll just give an example and then add on to that. So we had met some company called Synergy Green in Kolhapur 2018. Today, I think it's going to be September 2 years. It's going to migrate in November or December. So you won't believe that till the time the company got listed, the company's existence was known to the people who have been acquiring, maybe the brokers or the people who have been doing business with them. When they came out with the IPO and they have raised 26 crores funding, out of this 26 crores, 14 crores has come from FII funding. That is Manchester International has invested over there. FII funding got invested into this, and personally, the Sachin Asgaonkar, I met him at least 2 to 3 times, and I made them convince them, and I met along with Ajay Bhai also. We convinced them to get listed. Now they are into the global map. For all the audience who are listening to us today, they are visible in globally, because into their balance sheet they can see the FII funding as well as alumni money of Manchester International. They will have their Synergy Green investments into their balance sheet also. So you are getting visibility, firstly, one thing. Third thing, for the promoter, now they have been investing, getting the investment from the banker, as Ivor said, keeping the collateral, and they are taking the liquid money from the bankers. So here, further on, when they don't have the collaterals, you can use the shares as a collateral, keeping into the banks or invest into the market and sell it in the market, and probably gain more funds for the working capital or growth for the companies. That is very important to the promoters when they don't have the collaterals along with them at the later stage of the company, next 5 years or 10 years of the line. And third foremost thing is that, which he has mentioned about the slide 3 to 6 months, for the benefit of the audience, Soumi has raised the questions. Just to clarify a point, after deciding and signing the mandate, it takes 3 months for the company to get the listed. That has to be very crisp and clear to her, is that when you sign the mandate and make the payment, minimum time or a maximum time what we have observed is 3 months. For discussing, deliberating, and probably zeroing on the merchant banker, it might take 3 months and 6 months, depending upon your capacity and the negotiation what you want to do and how many merchant banker you want to decide or something like that. Maximum time period for getting the listed, what I mentioned is that when you sign the mandate, make the payment, and you start giving the documents, maximum has been 3 months. If you get delayed by almost a month time, probably the company would have got listed by 4 months. Predominantly 90 to 95% of the company got listed in 3 months since the time of the signing of the mandate, and probably they're getting listed onto the platform. And one more thing I want to add on to the people who are listening, just to make it more lighter. We have been talking so many things, and earlier Sunil also mentioned we are not talking much of a jargon. We have been putting the things very simple and a layman perspective also. And just to want to throw more light, I think we have been doing it. Just a quote, an example from the mythology, that is Mahabharata, I think. So there has been two archer over there, starting with the alphabet A, who have been very good into this, and one guy starting with alphabet A, both of them, and the name starts with alphabet A, and they have been a good archer, and one of them died very early and one stayed for longer period and they died maybe later on stage. Just to name two of them, one has been Abhimanyu, one has been Arjun. Abhimanyu died because he knows how to enter into the Chakravyuh and he doesn't know how to come out of the Chakravyuh. And here the Arjun is the second guy, archer. He know how to enter into the Chakravyuh and how to come out of the Chakravyuh. So we want to throw more thing to the promoter is that as a business, you have entered into the Chakravyuh, starting your business, and you are entered already into the Chakravyuh. You have to come out of the Chakravyuh. You have to use the Brahmastra. What is the Brahmastra? You have it in your thing. Is the equity. So that's the share certificate or the listing of your organization. When you get the company listed, you will be coming out of that. What is the reason behind it? Why I'm telling this example to you is that because if you are taking a loan, what our example give an example now. When you are going to the bank, we have to have a recurring expense over there. If you're taking a 10 crores of loan, you'll have 1 crore of at least in interest payment, which you have to be paying for next 10 years till the time you make the payment. And after paying 10 years, 10 crores of interest, you will have capital of 10 crores lying on your head as a steward, which will be difficult for you to service also at that level. Here, what we are trying to give it in the market, we are not giving any assets to the investor who are investing in your company. So you are taking the money, just giving a piece of paper. Earlier, when it was physical certificate, now it's going to be traded into DMAT. Not even a single paper has been given. So for the promoter understanding, just to capital market parlance, what we say, equity is the riskiest instrument in the hands of the investor. It's the safest instrument in the hands of the promoter. So what you can do is that you can probably bring out your Brahmastra, that is your equity, that is a balance sheet, and you can come out of the Chakravyuh business, because we could really see people really, when they meet one-to-one, when they talk about their story and the journey, we could really see that हम लोग खाली टैक्स भरने के लिए, सैलरी पे करने के लिए और इंटरेस्ट पे करने के लिए हम कर रहे हैं बिजनेस सर, हमको तो मतलब लग रहा है कि इसी के लिए हम कमा रहे हैं. तो जब आप कैपिटल मार्केट में आएंगे, इसमें रिकरिंग एक्सपेंस या इसमें कोई इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट नहीं है कि जहां पे आपको हर महीने या हर साल जो है आपको कोई ईएमआई का एक स्वाड आपके सिर पे रहेगा. यहाँ पे क्या है कि आपको प्रैक्टिकली देखा जाए तो फ्री में पैसा मिल रहा है, जहां पर रिकरिंग कोई एक्सपेंस नहीं है अपार्ट फ्री और रेगुलेटरी फीस, that is 25,000, and remaining things are like market making and the NSDL and the CDL sell charges, that is the registrars. Hardly it will cost you not more than 75 to 1 lakh rupees has been the maximum what I could have observed into the most of the company. So promoter को डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. You are welcome to Bombay Stock Exchange anytime. You can connect with my colleagues who are already there into the events, and they are sharing the numbers also. So आपको compliance part clear हो गया है. What I think I have also spoken about these things. So you don't worry, whatever things are there, you can discuss and deliberate, and expertise like Anuji is there and Sunilji is there and Vishalji is also part of this panel and the group. I hope you will be into the safe hands and probably you get more clarity onto the things. Probably you are hearing for the first time, probably you have to digest these things later on stage. Probably you'll have a lot of questions which you can talk to us or we can connect through the WhatsApp or things. Thanks a lot.